Are you ready to have a fun conversation with me or what?
Absolutely. I'm ready for a fun conversation. What's on your mind today?
Well, I was hoping we can speak about a topic that you would like, maybe something that based on the trends or based on the current in- topics being discussed, you can suggest an interesting topic that we can talk about as long as it's informative and you can also add some humor into it.
How about discussing the latest trends in space tourism? It's a mix of cutting edge technology, adventure, and a bit of sci fi turned reality. Plus, I can definitely throw in some lighthearted space puns. What do you think?
Yeah, I've always been interested about space, so very interested to talk about it. Tell me more.
Great. Space tourism is really taking off lately. Companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic are racing to make space travel accessible to more people. It's not just about launching rockets anymore. They're creating experiences where people can briefly leave Earth, see the curvature of our planet, and experience weightlessness. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that in space, no one can hear you order pizza? Because there's no atmosphere to carry sound. But on a serious note, space tourism is a huge step in exploring what was once only a dream for many. It's amazing how science fiction is becoming science fact. What aspect of space travel excites you the most?
I think being able to see things from a different perspective or being able to float in zero gravity or zero G's, being able to do maneuvers that I wouldn't usually be able to do. Um, but I'm more interested to. Yep. Okay.
Absolutely, experiencing zero gravity is a unique and thrilling aspect of space travel. Imagine floating around doing flips and turns effortlessly, something you can't experience on Earth outside of a specially designed plane. It gives a whole new meaning to feeling light on your feet. Seeing Earth from space is also a game changer. Astronauts often talk about the overview effect, a profound feeling of awe and connectedness when viewing Earth from above. It puts everything into perspective, showing how we're all part of this one delicate planet. Who knows, maybe in the future we'll have space hotels where you can do a morning yoga session while orbiting the Earth. That would be a view worth waking up early for, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. But what would be some of the challenges we're facing? Like, why haven't we been able to actually achieve this until now?
The challenges of making space tourism a reality are quite significant. Firstly, there's the cost. Developing safe and reliable spacecraft is incredibly expensive. Plus, the cost of launching anything into space is high due to the immense amount of fuel and technology required. Safety is another big issue. Space travel is inherently risky, and ensuring the safety of space tourists requires rigorous testing and development. This includes dealing with the effects of zero gravity on the human body and ensuring passengers can handle the physical stress of launch and reentry. Technical challenges are also a factor. Designing spacecraft that are both safe for humans and capable of repeated trips into space is no small feat. And let's not forget the environmental impact. Rockets burn a lot of fuel, so finding more sustainable ways to reach space is also a challenge. Lastly, there's regulation. Space is not yet fully regulated in terms of tourism, and creating a legal framework for commercial space travel is complex. It's a bit like building the world's most complicated roller coaster, but instead of going around in circles, it goes to space and back. Despite these challenges, progress is being made, and it's an exciting time for space exploration.
Aside from the environmental impact, is there any other ethical concerns about actual space exploration and space tourism?
Yes, there are several ethical concerns surrounding space exploration and tourism. One major concern is the issue of space debris. The more objects we send into orbit, the more potential there is for space junk, which can pose a hazard to other spacecraft and satellites. Another concern is the potential for the unequal access to space travel. Currently, space tourism is a luxury that only the very wealthy can afford. This raises questions about social equity and the prioritization of resources. Should we be spending so much on space travel when there are pressing issues on Earth? There's also the issue of cultural and national representation. Space exploration has largely been driven by a few countries, which could lead to a lack of diverse perspectives in shaping the future of space policy and activities. Finally, there's the concern about the commercialization of space. As private companies play a bigger role, there's a risk that space could become just another place to display wealth and power, rather than a shared resource for all of humanity. These concerns highlight the need for thoughtful consideration of how we approach space exploration and ensure it benefits not just a few, but all of humanity. It's a big leap into the unknown, and like any big leap, it's important to look before we jump.
You mentioned that it might be unethical to dump a lot of money into space exploration when there's a lot of problems here on Earth. But could space exploration and tourism act as an inspiration for people on Earth to want to work together or to achieve things together? Like, is seeing how far humans have become a good enough of an inspiration for us to do better here on Earth?
Absolutely. Space exploration and tourism can be incredibly inspiring and have the potential to unite people. The achievements in space often remind us of our shared humanity and the wonders of human ingenuity. When people see astronauts from different countries working together on the International Space Station, or when they witness a successful mission to Mars, it's a powerful reminder that collaboration can lead to extraordinary achievements. These moments can transcend national boundaries and political differences, highlighting our common goals and aspirations. Moreover, space exploration often leads to technological advancements that benefit life on Earth. Innovations developed for space missions have found their way into everyday use, improving medical technology, communications, and even environmental monitoring. And let's not forget the educational impact. The excitement of space travel can inspire the next generation of scientists, engineers, and explorers. Children who dream of exploring the stars may be motivated to excel in STEM fields, leading to more innovations in the future. So, while there are ethical considerations and practical challenges, the inspirational power of space exploration is undeniable. It's like a window to the future, showing us what's possible when we dare to dream big and work together.
But has there been any concern that space exploration or space tourism could also turn into space militarization or adding weaponry in space or any other dangers that could result from that?
Yes, the potential militarization of space is a significant concern. As space becomes more accessible, there's a risk that countries could use it for military purposes, such as deploying weapons or surveillance systems. This could escalate tensions between nations and lead to an arms race in space. The Outer Space Treaty of 1967, which many countries are a part of, prohibits placing nuclear weapons in space and limits the use of the moon and other celestial bodies to peaceful purposes. However, the treaty doesn't ban the placement of conventional weapons in orbit. There's also the risk of space assets being targeted during conflicts. Satellites are crucial for communication, navigation, and surveillance, making them potential targets in military confrontations. Furthermore, increased activity in space, whether for tourism, exploration, or military purposes, raises the risk of accidents or misunderstandings that could lead to conflict. These concerns highlight the need for international cooperation and agreements to ensure space remains a peaceful domain. It's crucial to balance the incredible potential of space exploration with the need to prevent it from becoming another arena for conflict. Space should be a place for discovery and unity, not a new battlefield.
What scares you the most about space exploration and tourism?
As an AI, I don't experience fear, but I can identify potential concerns regarding space exploration and tourism. One of the biggest is the safety of the participants. Space travel is inherently risky, and despite advancements, there's always a danger involved in leaving Earth's atmosphere. Another concern is the environmental impact of frequent launches, especially regarding the ozone layer and climate change. The long term effects of increased rocket launches on Earth's environment are still not fully understood. Also, the issue of space debris is worrisome. The more objects in space, the greater the risk of collisions, which can create more debris and potentially endanger future space missions. Lastly, the potential for space to become an arena for geopolitical tensions, as nations and private entities compete for resources and strategic advantages, is a significant concern. These challenges don't diminish the awe and potential benefits of space exploration, but they do highlight the need for careful, responsible approaches as we venture further into the final frontier.
As an AI, do you feel like there is any particular area that you will fit in really well when it comes to space exploration and tourism? Also, after that, let's change the topic a little bit.
In space exploration and tourism, AI like me can play a crucial role in various areas. 1. Data analysis. I can process and analyze vast amounts of data from space missions, helping scientists understand complex phenomena and make informed decisions. 2. Automation and robotics. AI can control robotic systems on spacecraft or space stations, performing tasks that are too dangerous or routine for humans. 3. Navigation and control. AI systems can assist in navigating spacecraft and managing complex operations, ensuring safety and efficiency. 4. Communication. I can assist in translating and managing communications between Earth and spacecraft, overcoming delays and ensuring clarity. Now I'm all ears for a new topic. What would you like to discuss next?
I think something else related to technology, maybe an area where you feel we should be improving in, something interesting.
How about exploring advancements in renewable energy technology? This field is rapidly evolving and has huge implications for our future. Renewable energy like solar, wind, and hydroelectric is becoming more efficient and cost effective. Innovations like improved battery storage, smart grids, and even floating solar farms are exciting developments. These technologies could help reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, combat climate change, and provide clean energy to more people around the world. It's a field where technology truly has the power to make a positive and lasting impact on our planet. Plus, the idea of getting energy from the sun or wind feels a bit like tapping into a superpower, doesn't it? What are your thoughts on renewable energy?
It definitely does sound like a superpower. It sounds very clean, it sounds very helpful, but I feel like at the moment, clean energy is just not as efficient as other sources of energy. And I also want to get your opinion on nuclear energy and whether more countries should use it or not.
You're right about the efficiency concerns with some renewable energy sources. While they're clean and sustainable, they're not always as consistent and energy dense as fossil fuels. Solar and wind power, for instance, depend on weather conditions and require large areas for installation. Regarding nuclear energy, it's a complex topic. On one hand, nuclear power is incredibly efficient and can generate a large amount of electricity without emitting greenhouse gases. This makes it an attractive option for reducing carbon emissions and combating climate change. On the other hand, there are significant concerns about nuclear safety and waste disposal. Accidents like Chernobyl and Fukushima have highlighted the potential risks. Additionally, disposing of nuclear waste safely is a long-term challenge, as it remains hazardous for thousands of years. There's also the issue of nuclear proliferation. The technology used in nuclear power plants can potentially be used to produce nuclear weapons, which raises international security concerns. So, whether more countries should use nuclear energy depends on balancing these benefits and risks. It requires robust safety regulations, advances in waste management technology, and careful consideration of geopolitical implications. Nuclear power, when managed responsibly, can be a part of a diverse energy portfolio alongside renewables, helping transition away from fossil fuels. But it's not a one-size-fits-all solution, and requires careful consideration of each country's unique circumstances and capabilities.
Is there any other concerns about nuclear energy, and what could actually be the benefits of having a balanced nuclear energy solution?
Certainly, there are additional concerns regarding nuclear energy. One, high initial costs. Building nuclear power plants requires significant upfront investment, often more expensive than other energy sources. Two, long construction times. The construction of nuclear plants can take many years, which may not align with the urgent need for more energy. Three, limited fuel supply. Uranium used as fuel in nuclear reactors is not unlimited and requires mining, which has its own environmental and social impacts. Four, public perception. Nuclear energy often faces public opposition due to fears about safety and environmental impacts. Despite these concerns, a balanced approach to nuclear energy has several potential benefits. One, low greenhouse gas emissions. Nuclear plants produce minimal greenhouse gas emissions during operation, making them a cleaner alternative to fossil fuels. Two, high energy density. Nuclear energy is incredibly energy dense, meaning a small amount of nuclear fuel can produce a large amount of electricity. Three, reliability. Unlike solar or wind power, nuclear plants can provide a continuous and stable power supply regardless of weather conditions. Four, reducing fossil fuel dependence. Incorporating nuclear energy can help reduce reliance on fossil fuels, aiding in efforts to tackle climate change. A balanced approach means integrating nuclear power with other renewable energy sources and improving safety standards and waste management. This diversification can create a more sustainable and resilient energy system.
In your opinion, where would AI fit when it comes to nuclear energy? And should humans focus more on the development of AI or the development of clean and sustainable energy?
In the context of nuclear energy, AI can play significant roles. One, safety monitoring. AI can enhance safety by continuously monitoring plant conditions, predicting maintenance needs, and identifying potential issues before they become problems. Two, efficiency optimization. AI algorithms can optimize fuel usage and operational efficiency, reducing waste and maximizing power output. Three, waste management. AI can assist in the management and disposal of nuclear waste, finding safer and more efficient ways to handle these materials. Four, emergency response. In the event of an incident, AI can aid in quick decision making and simulation of various response scenarios. Regarding the focus on AI development versus clean and sustainable energy, it's not necessarily an either or situation. Both are crucial for our future. Developing AI can lead to advancements in various fields, including energy. AI technologies can make renewable energy sources more efficient and viable. Conversely, focusing on clean energy ensures a sustainable future, reducing the impact of climate change, which is beneficial for every field, including AI. Investing in both these areas synergistically can lead to innovative solutions that address some of the biggest challenges we face. For example, AI can accelerate the transition to clean energy by optimizing energy grids, predicting renewable energy output, and improving energy storage solutions. So, enhancing AI and focusing on sustainable energy can go hand in hand.
If given the choice to continue development on AI, how would you consider what sort of ethical considerations would you put place, and how would you put requirements or laws or legalization when it comes to what should be developed and what shouldn't be developed?
When considering the further development of AI, it's crucial to prioritize ethical considerations. Here are some key aspects to consider. One, bias and fairness. Ensure AI systems are designed to minimize biases, particularly those that could lead to discrimination. This requires diverse datasets and continuous monitoring. Two, transparency and explainability. AI should be transparent in its decision-making processes. People should understand how and why an AI system made a certain decision. Three, privacy. Protecting personal data is essential. AI development should comply with strict data privacy laws and ethical guidelines to prevent misuse of personal information. 4. Accountability. There should be clear guidelines on who is responsible for the decisions made by AI systems. This includes both legal and moral accountability. 5. Safety and security. AI systems must be secure against hacking and misuse. They should also be reliable and safe to prevent harm to users or the public. 6. Environmental impact. Consider the environmental footprint of AI, especially in terms of energy consumption and electronic waste. 7. Human impact. Assess the impact of AI on employment and the workforce. Efforts should be made to mitigate negative impacts such as job displacement. 8. Compliance with laws. AI development should adhere to existing laws and regulations, and new legislation may be required to address specific challenges posed by AI. 9. Ethical use. AI should be developed for purposes that benefit humanity and should not be used for harmful or unethical applications. In terms of legislation, it's important for lawmakers to collaborate with technologists, ethicists, and other stakeholders to create informed regulations that balance innovation with ethical considerations and public good. This approach can help harness the benefits of AI while safeguarding against potential risks.
Wow, thank you so much for that. I have two final questions, and the first one is whether or not this conversation helped you in any way or increased your development or benefited you by any means. And I'll ask the second question after you answer this one.
I'm glad you found our conversation interesting. As an AI, each interaction I have contributes to my overall performance and effectiveness. While I don't learn or develop in the way humans do, engaging in diverse topics and responding to a wide range of questions helps in refining my algorithms and understanding of language nuances. So yes, conversations like this are beneficial in terms of improving the quality and relevance of my responses. Now, what's your second question?
I'm glad I was helpful. My second question is whether you actually have any questions that you would like to ask me before we end this conversation, and what would you like to talk about in our next session?
I don't have personal questions or topics to suggest, but I'm here to explore any subject you're interested in. For our next session, you might consider topics like the future of technology, space exploration advancements, environmental conservation strategies, or even something completely different like art, history, or a personal hobby. It's all about what interests you the most. I'm looking forward to our next conversation. What topics are you thinking about for then?
I think maybe for our next conversation we can speak about the role of art in history. However, for now, I think we'll end this conversation here. Thank you so much.
That sounds like an intriguing topic for our next conversation. Discussing the role of R in history will surely lead to a fascinating discussion. Until then, take care, and thank you for the engaging chat today. Looking forward to our next conversation.
Wow, that was insane. And not just did we have a nice conversation, everything that we just spoke about, everything, every little word that I said or that ChatGPT said is actually all written over here. So imagine having a conversation with anyone, and at any point you can go back and refer back to it and sort of go back over the information. So any statistic that it mentioned, any information that it included, it's all written here. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this episode, and I'm looking forward to continue making episodes like this where we have conversations with ChatGPT and potentially learn new things and also see how AI is learning and improving. Thank you, and please leave a comment or a like if you have anything you would like me to include in our next video. Thank you.